Okay. Okay. Question number 4. If we don't know the modality of predication, is it required to deny the general meaning of it? We called it as They called it as nominalism. Um, Let us explain this language. Nominalism means that we affirm name without meaning. For example, we can say that is a mountain, but it's name for the mountain, and it doesn't mean that is the mountain, and it's general philosophy theory. It's related names, and those names could change between period. Yes. And if we don't know the modality, is that the same terms? We called it nominalism? Of course no. The answer is no. The modality is completely different from meaning, and by saying these words we accept and match axiom number 7. Why? Because quality is a name. In your mind, axiom number 7 said, which has general meaning and doesn't really exist until knowing the prescribed person, so you can see the quality of high. Now, if you refer the axiom number 7, you will see the examples, many examples. One of the examples are or is the high quality or the high predication means have a specific elevation and reach specific point, specific height, specific point from the ground level, and that means the high predications meaning. But when you add the high predication to the prescribed person, it will be completely different. So the evil tower, the high of the evil tower means need support to get specific elevation. The high of the sky needs support you couldn't see just now. So the modality of the predication, it's completely different of the meaning of the predication. And if we doesn't know modality, that doesn't mean that we deny the meaning. So you can see the sky and you know that the sky have or has the high as a predication, but you couldn't or you don't know the modality of the high, how the sky get this predication, but it doesn't mean you deny the meaning of the predication. So there is a big difference between the modality and the meaning, and that what we explain in the axiom when we talk axiom number 7. And you have to know every single word which the creator said has a meaning. So the predications or the God predications have a meaning, but the modality of those or these predications we don't know just now. Yes, so if we don't know the modality, it doesn't mean it's nominalism. No, it means we affirm meaning and names, and we don't know how it works together inside him. Yes. So question number 5. Now, affirming the general meaning, we affirm the general meaning in the question number 4. Affirming the general meaning of the Creator's predication without modality, without knowing the modality. Could we prescribe it as ontology skepticism depends on epistemology? And let us identify this language, epistemology. Epistemology, that's studying if something exists and how it exists, or why what is the proof that something exists. That is epistemology. If we affirm the general meaning without modality, so if we don't know the modality and know the general meaning, it doesn't mean that nominalism. Question number 4. Now, if we affirm the general meaning and without knowing the modality, could we say that ontology skepticism? Of course, the answer is no. Why? How do we know that something exists is a matter, and how his predication work together with his existence is another matter. So, if how something exists is different, it's completely different from how predications work in his existence. But we can call it as certainty, certainty when knowing become 100%. So we can call it as certainty when knowing become 100%. And by these words we accept and match axiom number 9, which says limited varying degree of our cognitive mind, and we took example engine and high there. Okay. To understand this, when I say, listen, when I say I don't know how the car moved, it doesn't mean that I have doubt that the car doesn't move, or the car doesn't move. Why? Because I know that the car moves, and I have no doubt that about moving, but I couldn't say how it works or how it moved. So if I don't know the modality, it doesn't mean that I have skepticism in the predication or in moving. So just I don't know how it works or how it moved, but I see it moved. The car moved. So if I don't know the modality, it doesn't mean that I deny or I have skepticism in moving or predication. limited of the cognitive mind. You can see in before we doesn't know that the light moved with the velocity moved with 300 million kilometers per second. 300,000 kilometers per second. But we know that light moved, but we don't know how it moved. But today we know that the velocity and how it moved and etc. Yes. So limited cognitive mind and varying degree of our cognitive mind, it doesn't mean that we have skepticism. Skepticism, it's related something you can see, particular, you can see this apple, you can see, and you couldn't deny it, or something experimental science prove it, based on axiom or logical axiom, so you couldn't deny it. But unseen for knowledge as God predications, it's completely different. Something you have no axiom to reach it. No experimental science can get a result about it. Could they analyze it? Because we have nothing to do with this. Nothing information based to analyze and to reach it. So it will be losing time or wasting time to analyze him or to know how his predication works inside him. So if we affirm the general meaning and we don't know the modality of the predication, it doesn't mean that we have ontology skepticism. Why? Because existing something completely different from the modality of how it works, or how the essence predications work together inside him. So existence something, how something exists is a matter, and how that thing's predications, how that thing's predication work together inside him, it's another matter.